You're welcome to Success Tips. In this video today, we will be discussing about the negative impact of too much celebration on your business, your career, your success overall. We have so many cases where people win a race or competition, companies whose products sold out on a very wider scale, and people winning in different areas of their own respective industries will all of a sudden go down to the bottom of the plate and become silent as though they never existed simply because of too much celebration of a win. If you look around you, you will make a list of individuals and businesses who used to be the talk of the past but currently are nowhere to be found. If you make an attempt to find out why such is happening, you will get to discover that majority of them will have a history of too much celebration on any little win that they make. Now this takes us to the next part of this video. Now, how does celebration brings down an individual? How does celebration becomes negative to a company, to an individual, to any success out there? How does it contribute to a person not making another success or becoming a negative impact? Now we will take a look at the factors and the mechanisms through which too much celebration lands a person backward in his or her own career, success, and businesses. We have so many ways in which too much celebration pulls down an existing success, but then we are going to narrow down this video only to the major ones. The first one we will be looking at is too much celebration of an existing win can cause you, to shift away your mind, can shift away your attention, and can shift away your effort from what you need to be doing now in order to bring the future win. Now this is what I mean. A business owner, for instance, may set a target for himself in order to be able to hit his own goals. Let's say he sets like, okay, every 8 a.m. in the morning I will be on top of my business, working on my product and services, and then until 9 p.m. when I close, and then go to rest, and then that will continue from Monday to Saturdays. Okay, so now when a win comes and then that business owner decides to celebrate that win excessively, then you will end up saying that the person may not be able to catch up with that pace again. The person may not be able to obey that, set routine that he or she must have set for himself. One of the impact of too much celebration that may begin to manifest in that instance is that you may come to that person's business or shop, and then you discover that the shop is closed down already. Or maybe you come at some certain time that you normally used to meet that person in his own business place, but then you may come up and then you now discover that the person is not present. And all this impact will now bring down, an overall impact which will result to a decline in a product output. And this is a very significant impact that each and every person around you notices. That's why you see some people sometimes making a comment like, okay, because this person have made a lot of money, he's no longer serious with his business. So these are some of the impact of too much celebration on the progress and success of a business. You may be a freelancer, but if you do too much celebration on any win that you make, then these are the kind of impact that is going to make on top of your own business or success. And when such impacts begin to manifest, the end result is that most of the people that used to trust your product and services, most of the people that used to patronize you, most of the people that comes to listen to your content, most of the people that come to watch your YouTube videos, if you're a content creator, then most of them will just tend to move away and then begin to feel, you are no longer worth their attention, you are no longer worth their own resources. Then they will begin to look for who will be able to serve them better. If you look at the major hallmark of that decline on your own success, excessive celebration is the major hallmark. The next one we're going to be looking at is your clients or your followers now get bored because of your own too much celebration. Now, there is an instance, let me give you an example that you may be familiar with. Okay, there may be an instance where someone is a fashion designer, for instance, and then that person shows clothes and make designs very excellently well, and then he or she becomes the talk of the day, and then everybody begins to rush that person. And then by the time that person is now gaining the attention and the trust of every other person in that area, and then that is when you will discover that that person is now all over the social media, making celebration. Oh my God, I am now recording a high number of clients, I am able to get so amount of money within a month, and then I am able to, serve so customers, and then that person will just begin to shift his own attention from that, real work that he's putting into his own work to be able to serve those customers, and then putting it more of it on the celebration aspect of it. And then before you know it, everybody will get bored of him. This person will bring his cloth or maybe a particular design that he or she will need from that particular service provider, and then that person will fail. Okay, he may be saying, okay, now you can come back next week and then pick your design, and then that is when that client will come back next week and then meet nothing done. And if you go around, you discover that all the other clients now have started complaining about him simply because he or she shifted his attention to celebration. And the worst part of it is that they will just be watching him celebrate, seeing a lot of, posts from him or her, but they're not getting what they're expecting from him. And then at the end of the day, they just get bored of that celebration, and then they begin to lose trust. And that is when they will cease coming to that fashion designer for their services. I want you to have this at the back of your mind. Whenever you are having a win, you should always have it at the back of your mind that your customers are the ones that pushed you to have that win. But then they don't care about your celebration, they don't care about your win. All they care about great products and services. Okay, so whatever it takes for you to keep on maintaining and even improving the quality and the quantity of that product and services you are rolling out to them, then you should focus more on that instead of you to just waste out all your time on celebration. The next one we're going to be looking at is too much celebration creates room for your own competitors to blow you down in your business. When you win and then shift most of your attention to celebration, then you will end up attracting the attention of your competitors, and then that is when they will begin to dig out and find out the secrets behind your own success, and then they will look for how to be able to maneuver their way to provide better service, better product, and timely, supply to their customers. And then before you know it, they will begin to attract your customers away from you to themselves. That is how you will end up recording a major decline in your revenue. Okay, that is when you record a major decline in the number of clients that patronize your business at a given period of time. Whenever you are celebrating, it's always important for you to have at the back of your mind that you have competitors in that your industry. The next pathway through which excessive celebration negatively affects your success is that it creates a culture of mourning when you fail. If you carefully observe, you will discover that most people that celebrate too much when they win end up being the people that begin to get depressed too much when they lose. People who celebrate too much find it difficult to get over it when they lose. That is when you will see an individual making a bad decision simply because he is in a bad mood. You will see people closing down their businesses for some period of time simply because they are not happy about the previous loss, and so many negative behaviors simply because an individual have lost. And why all that? This is simply because you celebrate win too much. Okay, so it's very important for you to know that when you excessively celebrate win, then it's going to also give you back a negative impact when you lose. And lastly, when you engage in excessive celebration over any win that you make, then you will end up attracting the attention of your haters to come and start making scandals about you and your business, all with the intention of bringing you down. When you take a glance at the social media, you will discover that we have a lot of great people, we have a lot of big companies that are being blackmailed, and then a lot of scandals are going on around such people and companies. And if you make a deep research to find out why such happens, you will discover that all is just an attempt to fight their own success. And when such happens, if you don't have a strong legal protection, that is when you lose everything. I have seen businesses shut down, I have seen organizations run out of funds, I have seen famous footballers and musicians go to jail. And all this happens because of the too much attention that their success attracts. And you wouldn't want to even add more, to the attention that is already existing by taking up some activities that will even have any benefit to your own success. Someone may want to say, okay, does that mean if you win you should not celebrate? Does that mean you should not be happy when you win? No, that is far away from what I'm saying. Even when you don't celebrate, as long as you succeed, as long as you record a very significant success and a win, it attracts a lot of attention to yourself. It attracts media people to you. It attracts different platforms to come and tell your story. But then in addition to that existing attention, whatever step you take, whatever action you make, whatever decision you take at such moment will add to the impact of whether good or bad that will come to your own business, that will come to your own career, that will come to anything that you are building. In essence, what I'm saying is that there are better ways in which you can celebrate your win that is not going to end up in too much unnecessary celebrations. With this, I am going to give you 3 celebration approaches that will not only slow down your risk, but it will also increase your chances of making bigger wins in the future. Now, let's go into the celebration strategies. The first approach and strategy you should take when you want to celebrate is you should see any win as a time, for you to call for reflection. You should sit down and then have a review of all the things that you did that brought about that win to your own table. If you have employees, then have a reflection meeting with them. Okay, sit round table, make arrangement for wine, make arrangement for any great drink that you people are going to be taking while you are having that reflection discussion over that win that your company or your business or your establishment have made. While you are sitting round table and then marrying over that win, then you can be highlighting out all the steps that you took that gave you that win, and then discussing on how to improve better and then to make it even a bigger win. You should always have it at the back of your mind that when you win today is just a building block to another another win tomorrow. When your company secures a contract, tell yourself, okay, wow, this is just a stepping stone to yet another contract. When you win a competition, tell yourself, wow, this is another stepping stone to yet another win. If you are a forex trader and then you win a particular trade, then you should sit and tell yourself, wow, this is also another stepping stone in order to win more trades. But not to sit down and then celebrating all around and then all over social media. You're not saying, okay, I have won $2, you know, I've won $3, I have traded successfully and I won this. Another loss is there at the corner waiting for you. Okay, but if you see a win as an approach, you know, to sit down and reflect upon yourself and then try to tell yourself, okay, how did I win this, and then how can I be able to improve on my knowledge and skill to be able to win more, then with that you can be able to, you know, strategize and then have enough time to sit down and even improve on your knowledge, improve on your actions, improve on all the inputs that you have made in order to bring that win. One of the major importance of this approach is that when you along the line, you know, incur some losses, okay, you are not going to sit down and cry all day. No, with this same approach that you have made when you won, this time around I didn't win, so I lost, so I need to go back and sit down and then have a reflection about all the things that I did and then try to figure out all the things that made me lose, and then I will see how I can be able to, you know, change things and then improve on them so that I can be able to, you know, increase my own chances of winning. So this kind of approach of celebration can also place you at an advantage in an incidence of losing. Unlike too much celebration that will cause you to have too much depression when you lose, this kind of approach of celebration will place you, you know, in a very better position to be able to face reality whenever you lose. So it's very important for you to work on this type of approach when you win. Another option you can use in order to, you know, make a celebration of your own win without incurring any negative impact is for you to sit down and tell yourself that this is another motivation source for me to press on harder. This is another source of motivation for me to stay till midnight, you know, working on my goals. This is another source of motivation for me, you know, to overcome all the difficulties and challenges that comes with my, you know, effort whenever I'm working on my dreams, whenever I'm working on my products, whenever I'm working on my services, whenever I'm working on my vision. Okay, so you will now sit down and strengthen yourself and tell yourself that, okay, now this motivates me, so I think I need to press on further. You know, with that, you might be celebrating and then marrying in your own heart that, okay, now I think it have yielded a result, so I think I need to push on harder. So that is another option that exists for you when you want to celebrate your win. And believe you me, that is going to double your energy, and that is also going to double your zeal and effort that you are going to be putting, you know, into your own pursuit of greatness and success. And then here comes another bigger wins as long as you embrace that. And then lastly, the third approach you can take if you want to celebrate without incurring any negative impact of your celebration is to make that your celebration in form of advertisement. Okay, use it to showcase your product and services. Use it to create visibility for your product and services. Use it as a means of telling your prospective clients why your product and services are actually the best for them out there. And then with that, you will end up even generating more leads for your product and services in the future. So I want you to know that instead of excessive celebration and then just wasting out your time, your energy, your resources, making a blind celebration, then you can take advantage of either of these celebration approaches that I've just explained, and then watch your own progress, watch your own growth, watch your own greatness increasing higher and higher day by day. I believe this video was able to open your eye to yet another knowledge that can significantly change your life. And I also hope that you have found a lot of value in this video. If this was your first time on this YouTube channel, I will want you to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell. And if you are a returning viewer, I would love to say thank you. I will need one favor from you. Please share this video with just one person. Thank you guys, and see you in another video. Bye.